Hi guys, it's Caroline from Schroth, DC, and I am here with Carter and her mom today to tell Carter's story, which is a story about a teenager diagnosed with scoliosis and some twists and turns and finding Schroth after missing the bracing window, and Schroth really being a big part of her scoliosis recovery, we're going to call it. So Carter is now 16 and a half. She was diagnosed about 3 years ago, and the first doctor that she saw told her she was done growing and she didn't need to worry about scoliosis progression. So her 19 degrees of scoliosis would not get worse. And when mom asked about doing maybe some physical therapy, doctor said,
absolutely not helpful. It's only good for pain. It's not going to help you at all.
So a big sort of shutting down from that first doctor, very clear messaging, physical therapy will not help. Your curve is stable, it will not progress. So Carter and mom diligently go back to their 6-month follow-up with the doctor, and what do you know? 32 degrees of scoliosis. So obviously the curve did progress in a pretty rapid period of time, and Carter and mom were very surprised. I think that's probably around the time you found me, looking for other options, looking for more information. So this is sort of when I entered the scene and quickly figured out, Carter was not done growing, even by the time I met her. So the expectation is when a teenager is still growing, the scoliosis has the opportunity to progress during those growth spurts. So Carter starts Schroth in September of 2024. We also found a second opinion, and so we send Carter to the second doctor. Her curve is now 51 degrees, which unfortunately put her into surgical range. So second doctor, I'm gonna let mom tell the story.
Yeah, the second doctor pretty much said you should have surgery and you should do it now, get it on the schedule for this summer. And we were just feeling kind of overwhelmed by the thought of doing this major back surgery right away. And so we had been recommended to you and then started the Schroth and just have seen such amazing results. It's just shocking that more doctors aren't recommending it as kind of a basic first step, I think.
Yeah. It is true. Carter's story is truly incredible. If you want to pass that mic to Carter, we'll bring you onto the scene. So all throughout, this second opinion, Carter is just starting to really work Schroth into her daily, weekly life in an incredibly high level. She's doing basic Schroth corrections every single day, many times a day, and then she's doing her, what I call the fancy Schroth exercises with the equipment several times a week. So we just sort of all come to this agreement, our only hope, we missed the bracing window, the first doctor mismanaged the case, our only hope is to exercise our way out of this, to make a change, to get you out of surgical range. So we connected Carter with a third doctor, 3 doctors who all pediatric scoliosis doctors, one of my favorite, people in the area to see pediatric scoliosis. And this was after, I need to check my notes. So this was after many months of Carter and I working together. So we met in September of last year. You saw your third doctor in March of this year. So 4 months, 7 months total, okay? So Carter's working her tail off for 7 months, goes to see the third doctor, gets her new x-ray, and her curve is
23 degrees. So it improved by 25. More than
yes.
Yeah.
More than a reduction of half, more than half, an incredible feat. And you can speak to third doctor, I'm not going to say his name, speak to his reaction, right? So tell us a little bit about that office visit.
So we went in and took the x-rays, and then all the doctors were just kind of looking at my x-rays and looking confused, and then it was making me a little worried, but then we started telling them about how I'd been doing Schroth physical therapy for it, and then they were like, oh, this makes more sense now because it had reduced by so much. So they were all a little surprised, but then the doctors were saying oh, you've just been working so hard at your physical therapy that you brought it down by this much.
Yeah. Yeah. So I told Carter we hardly ever get to see this. Carter is very special, and she really confused the doctors in that office. It's a teaching hospital, so there's a lot of doctors in with the main doctor, and that was the confusion on everyone's faces. And so Carter's story is really remarkable for so many reasons, and that's why I wanted to tell her story today. It is definitely teamwork, so it takes, therapist, willing patient, mom on board, asking questions, pushing for more information, to really make the magic happen. And that happened for us. So thank you for working so hard. Thank you for pushing for more information. Do you have any last words for people going through this experience?
I like doing Schroth because when I thought I just had to get surgery or just have my back be as bad as it was, it felt like I couldn't really do anything. But with Schroth, it feels like I can do something about it myself, which felt really good, because then it was like I'm taking some initiative to better myself for it.
I think that's amazing. Go Carter. Seriously. Thank you guys so much. And thanks for listening.